This is the Reading to Learn Math for section 6.5. They tell you what a hypotenuse is and what a leg is. We're going to do always, sometimes, never. If two legs of one right triangle are congruent to the corresponding legs of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Yeah, that's always true. That's your leg. Part B. If the hypotenuse and right angle of one right triangle are congruent to the corresponding angle and hypotenuse of the other right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. That'll sometimes be true. If you have two right triangles, and you have congruent angles as well, oh, they said hypotenuses. So you could have two triangles where they're right triangles and they have congruent hypotenuses. Those triangles aren't congruent unless you know something else. So could these be congruent? For sure. But right now they're not. So you could have this information and these triangles be congruent if something else was true on here. That's why it's sometimes. But as of right now, they're not congruent. You need more information. Part C. If one leg and the obtuse angle of one right triangle are congruent to the corresponding leg and angle of other right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Kind of a mouthful. This really makes no sense at all, because if you have a right triangle, you can't have an obtuse angle in a right triangle. So this is definitely not possible. So that's obviously never going to happen, but you know, the whole right triangle with an obtuse angle in it, I just stopped right there. It's not possible. Number 2, use the diagram shown. What diagram? Explain why you can use either LA or angle side angle to prove that the two triangles are congruent. Well, here's two right triangles. If you want to use leg acute, that means you have congruent legs and you have congruent acute angles. That's leg acute. But at the same time, you have congruent sides in between pairs of congruent angles. So it's also angle side angle. So I just kind of made my own diagram there. Number 3 says use the diagram shown again. There's no diagram. I guess I'm just going to draw one. Explain why you can use either LA or angle side to prove the two triangles are congruent. Okay, so let's go with two right triangles again. We want congruent legs, and we also want congruent acute angles, but what if I pick these ones? It's still leg acute, but now it's angle side as well.